Have you ever spent months or even years building a product only to launch and realize no one wants it? Yeah, that's the harsh reality most entrepreneurs face. But what if you could flip the script? What if you could build exactly what your customer wants before wasting time and money? That's the core of the Lean Startup by Eric Ries. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how the smartest companies in the world use this method to grow faster, waste less, and win big. Let's get into it. The first big idea is this: startup success isn't about being smarter, luckier, or working harder. It's about testing your ideas fast. Eric Ries says that startups are not smaller versions of big companies. They're experiments. And your job as a founder is not to execute a perfect plan, but to discover what works. How? Start with what he calls an MVP, the minimum viable product. Instead of spending 6 months building the perfect app, product, or service, you create the simplest version that allows you to learn something about your customers. Let's say you want to create a fitness app. Don't build it from scratch. Build a landing page explaining the idea. Run $50 of ads. See how many people click, how many leave their email, and what features they expect. That's your MVP. And here's the magic. You're not launching, you're learning. Most entrepreneurs build in silence and hope the market will clap. Lean entrepreneurs test in public, learn fast, and pivot if needed. And that brings us to the next principle. Build, measure, learn. It's the core loop of the Lean Startup. Step 1. Build the MVP. Step 2. Measure how users respond. Step 3. Learn what works, what doesn't, and adjust. Repeat. This is where real innovation happens. Not in brainstorming rooms, not in endless meetings, but in the real world with real feedback. Another powerful insight from the book is the difference between vanity metrics and actionable metrics. Vanity metrics are those feel-good numbers: likes, downloads, visits. They look great on a pitch deck, but they don't help you make better decisions. What matters is, are users coming back? Are they referring others? Are they paying? Because if they're not, your business doesn't grow. Now here's where most entrepreneurs make a deadly mistake. They confuse effort with progress. Just because you spent 6 months coding something doesn't mean it's valuable. The Lean Startup approach forces you to ask, are we moving the needle? Are we closer to building something people truly want? And sometimes the answer is no. That's when it's time to pivot. A pivot is not a failure. It's a strategy shift based on what you've learned. Instagram started as a check-in app. Slack was a failed video game company. Airbnb almost gave up, but pivoted their messaging and exploded. That's the power of learning fast. When you pivot early, you save your startup instead of watching it slowly die. So how do you know when to pivot and when to persevere? Eric Ries says, look at your innovation accounting. Are your metrics improving? Are experiments leading to real growth? If not, it's time to make a bold change. And here's one final mindset shift the Lean Startup teaches. Perfection is the enemy. Progress is the goal. Speed matters. Learning matters. Real feedback matters. And the best part? You don't need millions of dollars or a massive team. You need clarity, courage, and a willingness to test before you invest. If you're a founder, CEO, or entrepreneur, here's the truth. You don't have time to waste, and your customers won't wait for you to get it perfect. But they will reward you if you learn faster than anyone else. So start small, test big ideas. And remember, the Lean Startup is not just a book, it's a mindset. Thanks for watching. If this helped you see your business in a new light, do me a favor. Hit the like button, share this with a fellow entrepreneur, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a new strategy to grow your business. Because here we don't just talk entrepreneurship, we build it together.